The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Okay. There's nothing it can't do, except it won't make 2 plus 2 5. Okay. Now, everyone say there's many ways to the top of the mountain. I always tell people, if you want to say you're going to San Francisco from here, and you leave here and you go south, and down around Puerto Vallarta, you discovered you've gone the wrong way. Now, you can keep going south, and eventually you will wind up in San Francisco. Or you can do what? Put the brakes on and turn around. How many can think of somewhere in your life right now that you're ready to put the brakes on and turn around? Okay. The universe does what? Says yes. Okay. Now, if you're going to turn around, you need to give it a new destination. You need to give yourself a new destination, new realization. I love what Edward de Bono says, very similar, and he's correlating really what we teach in religious science as spiritual mind treatment. He says our challenge is, if we're not getting to where we want to be, imagine where you want to be, go there in consciousness, and then work yourself back to where you are to see if you're on the right road. To see if you're on the right road. Okay. If I keep mixing blue and yellow together, I'm going to keep getting what? Green. Okay. What if I keep mixing blue and yellow together, complaining because it won't turn orange? The law of color says it'll turn orange if you do what? Cooperate with the law of color. And the same thing in your own life. Maybe if you're not demonstrating what you want to demonstrate or healing what you want to heal, maybe you need to do what? And get back to the truth of you. We have been in, well, we talked about this in 4th year and 2nd year this year, or the other night, is it is a way of allowing your creativity to move forth as you're going to use this in a positive way. For example, if I took the word A, or the letter A, okay, and I want to be creative with it, okay, what are we going to do? If I'm going to be creative with it, I'm going to put a T on it. Now I have at, okay? See how creativity goes? Oh, look, I just turned A into at. Now I want to do what? Let's put a C up here. Now I have a cat, C-A-T. Now I want to get creative even more, and so I'm going to put an O in there, so I'm going to put C-O-A-T. Okay, now that's probably where most people would stop. How are you going to create from that? Okay, so I have A at cat coat. Now what are we going to do? Let's turn it into actor. Now if I'm going to turn it into actor and add an R, what I have to do is do what? I have to go back and rearrange what was in order to get to where I can be. Does everybody follow what I'm saying? Okay, the same thing with your own life. Maybe where you need to be is only waiting for you to do what? Rearrange your definition of what was. To rethink yesterday. You see, this is how you turn a negative yesterday into a positive now. If you can wake up and recognize, and any of my students know this, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and affirm, I appreciate what I know I am, you have to know, if you're a good metaphysical student, it took every second of your life to get you here. If you had missed 1 minute, 1 second, if you had made one other choice, you wouldn't be here. You are where you are because of a sequence of events that got you here. And if you can say, I like me here, I love me here, I appreciate what I know I am, if you can do that, then you'll be able to celebrate the entire journey that got you here. Then you can move forward free. Then you can move forward anticipating a whole new experience for you, a whole new life for you. God works for us by working through us. How many know that's true? Say it with me. God works for me by working through me. Now, this indwelling presence, which is everything we are, this indwelling intelligence, which is everything we are, this indwelling power, which is everything we are, does what? It expresses in the form it creates. It expresses in the form it creates. And what does it use for a blueprint? your mind, your thinking. It moves through you, it moves through your mind, and it becomes your experience. And if you don't like what it's producing, change your mind. If you don't know how, learn. Dr. Holmes said there's a lot of people who do what we teach in religious science naturally. If we don't know how, we can learn. How many know that miserable, unhappy, broke, negative, depressed people just spent their life learning how to be that way? Okay. And the challenge is, do what? How many realize it's important to unlearn as much as you learn? To give the new understanding, the new definition, the new idea of you a place to happen. Because you're 100% all the time. So why not clear out some space? Okay, everyone say, think of something beautiful you'd like to experience or change for the better. Health, finances, career, relationships. You got it? Okay. Now I want you to become one with it. See if I can conceive it. I can achieve it. Now I'm one with it. Say I'm one with it. And everything unlike it is now free to leave my life. All reasons for it being there are released. It is now free to leave my life. It does so now. Okay. I don't run after it. Yeah. Shane, come back, Shane. How many have done that? You finally get rid of what you don't want, and the first thing you do is run after it and beg it to come back. Okay. So we find ourselves doing what? We are conscious intelligence, and we have a chance to use this power every day in a greater way. And if we do, we allow, if you want a guideline, just say, I choose to use my mind for good purposes today. Okay. Something wonderful happening now, and it's me. Okay. Everybody who enters my life today is blessed because I'm part of their experience. You see how you can change? Okay. I promise you, you do that every day this week with everybody you work with, everybody you play with, everybody you're teaching, everybody that you are understanding. Okay. If I'm in your life, you've got a better life, person. Okay. Everyone say, I am a prize. Anybody has me in their life is the most fortunate person on the planet. Now, what we want to do is achieve the good life. Everyone say, I deserve the good life. I deserve to give the good life and receive the good life. Now, the good life is not automatic. Okay. What you got to understand is it requires discipline. It requires voluntary effort on the part of your own experience, and it requires prayerful acceptance, Richard. As Richard Marr said this morning. Wasn't that a great treatment? Okay. What if you really embodied that? See, what if you left here this morning knowing that the same intelligence that guides the earth around you and the sun and the moon and all the stars and all the planets that go on billions and billions and billions and billions, it's everywhere at once. Who was it? They pointed out once that Carl Sagan said, if only 1/1000th of the planets out there that could have life on it had life on it, there'd be 1 billion of them with life on it. Okay.